spring. Isn't this look just gorgeous? The 99p daffodils are back in the shop, so obviously we're getting them out. They don't last very long. They bloom in like 2 days and then I feel like they last for 2 days and then that's that, but they're very cute and they make me very happy. These flowers have been going for ages, like 3 weeks. If you look closely they do look a bit dead, but the yellow ones especially, really vibing with them. Anyway, they're just gonna remain in shock because I love that. Welcome to March. Today's not March, today is the 29th of February, so it is a leap year. And I was like, I'm gonna start this March video on a leap year because it is an extra day we're gonna get this year, so I'm trying to bring that energy into my day today. Not that I'm doing anything specifically different than I would do any other day, but I'm just remembering that this is an extra day that I'm getting this year that we don't usually have. So yeah, I thought I would just start today and ask you what you're doing with your extra day. I know obviously it's not the leap year on the day you're watching this, but that extra day is still existing this year. So whatever day you decide to make your extra day, what are you going to do on that day? I feel like that's quite an interesting question. If you had an extra day in your year every year, what would you do with the day? But anyway, here we are on the 29th of February. It's like 4 p.m. and tonight I'm going to a networking event actually, and I thought I would film this weekend and maybe through the next week depending on how we go. I'm almost finished my work today and I'm going to paint my Mother's Day card after this, I think. I'm trying to do a watercolour painting of 3 hens because my mum has 3 hens, and then if I manage to do that in time I'll be able to bring it down tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to see, well, my whole family is going to see my sister because it's her birthday, and then I can get my brother and my sister to both sign the card. So if I'm all planned, that's what I'm going to do. But painting obviously takes a bit of time and I don't have that much time until I leave tomorrow. So now I'm going to pack for tomorrow, and I have a lot to pack even though I'm only going to be away from the flat for 2 nights, because I've got my sister's dinner and then the next evening I've got my friend's engagement party. 2 different vibes, so I need 2 different outfits. I also want to go for a run on Saturday in between, so that's another outfit, and that's also 3 different pairs of shoes. So I need I'm verging on needing a case, which is so excessive because I'm not even going that far. So yeah, I'm gonna pack tonight and hopefully be sensible about it. I did get 2 new jumpsuits, which is so excessive for me. I did need these jumpsuits. I bought 2. I was only going to keep 1. One is red, one is blue. I wanted a jumpsuit for, well, I'm going to 2 weddings this year and I'm going to 1 next year, and I feel like I'm 25 and all the weddings are just going to keep rolling year on year on year from now for the next 10 years potentially. So I want to be prepared. I will rewear stuff to weddings, but Scottish weddings involve ceilidh dancing, which is can get quite active, and sometimes a long dress is just not what you need. Jumpsuit, however, perfect. I can do the jump kicks and be thrown in the air and not flash anyone. So my friend recommended this site, which Club L London, and I bought 2 jumpsuits on that and they both fit perfectly. One of them I don't even have to wear a bra with, which is really need a bra for quite a lot of things now. But I could wear one without a bra, which was great. It's red. I'm never really a red person because my skin tone is quite red undertones, but I loved it. So I'm gonna wear that to the engagement party tomorrow. Anyway, that is a plan for this evening and the weekend, and I shall take you along with me. I'm so loving this. It's a very dark room. This camera obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but it's not the best. I got it second hand in 2016, but you know, it's still doing the job. I will keep using it until it dies. in this most lovely angle, it's literally balanced on a book on my chest of drawers. I am in my childhood bedroom, as you can probably tell. This is my outfit for tonight because I am going to an engagement party and I need to get ready. I just went for a run, and yesterday we had a lovely birthday meal with my sister, which was so nice. It's kind of like one of those few events in the year that are like our whole family gets together, so it was very nice. Now I'm gonna get ready, and the lighting is awful because it's already like 6:10. I need to be there by 7. I thought I'd have way more time than I did, but here we are. We can only do our best. I last minute remembered an engagement gift as well because I totally forgot that these are the things you do when you're an adult. I'm now gonna try and do my makeup in this terrible lighting. Obviously, I know my friend who's getting engaged, and then I know a couple of other people, but they're all arriving at different times with different people. So I'm arriving by myself, which is fine apart from the place, the venue that this is. It's like a 20-minute walk from here, and I have to walk all the way through my little hometown in this red jumpsuit with my heels. So yeah, I don't really like drawing attention to myself, but sometimes needs must. Anyway, I am just going to put on the same makeup that I've done since I was 18, with the same palette. I only wear makeup like once a week, if that now, so yeah. Oh my gosh, this lighting really is terrible. I think I might move into the bathroom. So I have bought this thing from TikTok shop where you can basically print your dog's paw. So I'm going to attempt that with Luna, if she'll let me, because she's getting old and I just think to have a little paw print of her would be cute. So yeah, let's see if I can get her to stamp a paw on that. Turn card over. So, okay. Luna, come on. Let's see. Oh, so cute! I think you only get one try because you can kind of see that's it used. But oh, so cute. Good morning. It's Tuesday actually, and I am back in my flat. I had the best weekend, so nice. It was really nice to see my sister for her birthday, and then the engagement party. I didn't film anything, but it was so much fun. It was like a lot more fun than I thought it would be, rightly or wrongly thinking. But yeah, I spoke to so many people I hadn't seen in such a long time because my friend who's getting married, I've known her like all of my life, so we grew up together, so I knew some of her family friends. But for example, we used to babysit these twins who were, last time I saw them they were 10 years old, and now they're 20, and that's just like so crazy to me that I was just like drinking wine with these girls that I used to babysit. And there was a couple of crossovers from like my summer job and where I used to work. Yeah, it was so nice, good catch up with a lot of people, and so much fun. There was dancing, there was a band playing, and just knowing that that's going to be what it's like, I guess, at the after party of the wedding, and it'll just be so much more special because she'll be a bride and I'll be a bridesmaid, and everyone, it'll be such a good day. That was such a good evening. I just love love. It's great. But anyway, it's Tuesday today. I'm just making myself a cup of tea. I went to the gym last night. I quite often go to this gym class on a Monday that is strength based. It's actually really good because I'm not brilliant with strength training, like I don't really know what I'm doing. So yeah, that's really helpful. However, I now have shin splints, I think, again, which is so annoying. I had this like maybe 5 years ago and it put me out of running for a whole year. So I'm really hoping that's not the case. Basically, I'm going to try and not run for a month because I don't want to be out for a year. I went to gym class last night, which was really good, and I cycled there instead of running. In my hands, I've got chilblains in 4 of my fingers, so I really need gloves, especially cycling in this cold. I need to go and get some ingredients for tacos tonight, and I think I'm going to make some soup for lunch. Why not? Yeah.
we have a brand new leaf. Oh, water just fell out of that. Is that what usually happens? He must have uncurled overnight. Here is old trusty mother leaf. This guy's been curled up for a wee while. So it's nice to wake up and see him alive. Money plant's still going strong, and this week's flowers are some lilac tulips, which I originally forgot to water, and then I came through and they were all just bleh. So I need to keep an eye on that, actually. Anyway, good morning. It's really cold. It's like winter's making a comeback, and I do not like it. Yesterday I was not in a good headspace at all, and for like a number of reasons, but I think one of the contributing factors is I'm here all by myself most days and I don't see many people. Like obviously I see my partner because he comes back from work, but during the day I'm alone for most of the day. I do leave the house, I go to the gym and I go for a walk at lunch and things like that, but I think I just need a bit more. So I'm going to go and work in a cafe this afternoon, I think, to try and get myself out of a funk. I've started putting my phone, here it is, in the living room because I was getting distracted. Even though I need to use my phone for work sometimes, so it's kind of difficult, but we're taking the steps that we can take. Also, I ordered a new jumpsuit, which I'm very excited to try on, but that's going to be my reward for actually doing my work. So, as usual, I am talking to you whilst preparing a cup of tea, so let's go and make that tea and get some shit done. I forgot to mention, you're currently stacked on 2 Tupperware boxes full of baking. Callum is such an avid baker and he's baked 2 things this week. We have, let me just show you. Just had a shocking revelation that we only have 2 of these white ones. I thought this was a whole box of the white ones. Anyway, these are coconut, lime and cranberry sort of tiffin style things with buttercream on top. And then this, oh, he's iced it as well. This I think is like a chocolate fudge cake, but he said it's more like a brownie. But anyway, we have all of this just for the 2 of us, which is great. And he's taken the rest to work as they have like a cute little bake club. Suitable snacks for this afternoon. Okay, the time has come for going to work in a cafe. And obviously, I'm not going like this. I am wearing clothes on underneath this, but I want to, you have seen this fleece. Like I've literally, sorry this lighting is terrible, but I've literally worn this fleece since I got it in January. It's so like cozy but thin at the same time. It's perfect. Anyway, I need to wear something different to sort of refresh my style, to refresh my brain, because I've been living in this outfit basically, you know? Sometimes all you need is a pair of jeans. My jumpsuit has arrived, so I'm going to try this on first and then get dressed. I don't think I'm going to wear this today because although it's like kind of a casual jumpsuit, it's so cold outside that I'll still be freezing. But anyway, we'll see. Here's the jumpsuit. I'm very pleased with it. It's just like a very casual, slouchy jumpsuit, but I was influenced by the advertisements on Instagram again. It's from Cider, which is not a brand that I like to support because it's fast fashion, but sometimes when you see something that you know will be a staple forever, you just gotta go for it. So here we are. I'm wearing, I wasn't sure because of these bits here. I don't know if you can really see this, but like the under bits, because I have quite big boobs, sometimes the under bits don't actually go under my boob and it looks ridiculous, but these ones actually works. I'm wearing kind of like a sports bra type thing, not a normal bra, in case you could like see through it, but to be honest, I think with a normal bra it'd be fine. But yeah, I'm well pleased with this. Perfect. Maybe I will wear it after all of that. I'm not sure. I'll have a look. I'll try it on with a few jumpers and then we'll see. And then I really need to actually go to the cafe so I can get work done, especially before it closes. I've decided I am going to wear the green jumpsuit and I'm wearing it with this purple cardigan. I'm not sure if it's a vibe, but I don't have time to think about it. And then I'll put some white trainers on underneath. Also, it came with like, they gave me this, which is a measuring tape, like in the parcel. The point is, I think that you buy the clothes that measure you exactly, but I don't know, I was just a bit like, not sure if that's really what I want, but anyway, let's head off. I'm also bringing this book voucher I got for my Christmas like a couple years ago that I think is still valid, so if I have time I'm gonna pop into Waterstones after I've done a bit of work and see if I can pick up any books on my to be read list, because there's a lot. I'm really getting into reading. I think I'm gonna do a whole segment about what I've been reading and stuff like that later on, but for now we're gonna go to work finally.
have a moment to talk about the books I've been reading at the moment, because I'm really getting back into my reading again. And I've always like I read every single night because it helps me go to sleep, and then I think I've mentioned this before, but one time I made a resolution that I was going to read one book a month to try and like get me back into the swing of things, and that really worked. And I've continued that for the last few years, and recently I've been reading more and more because that's just kind of how my evenings have looked like. I'm less focused on TV and I would prefer to read, to be honest. So far this year, I think I've read 4 books. I started off with one called Olive, which has been on my TBR for like 7 years. Ages. Is it 7 years? Maybe that's going past the publication date, but it's been on my TBR for so long. I finally read it. It's about women in her 30s, and it's her and her 3 friends from university, and kind of how they've all left university and got all these different lives. They have different priorities. There's a lot about kids, like having kids, and all of the main character doesn't want to have kids, but some of her friends do, some have issues, blah blah blah. So I don't know, I found that really quite relatable, even though I'm not 30 and I have no idea about my stance on kids yet, because I don't really need to address that, but I don't know, I found that really interesting and like reassuring maybe. But I really enjoyed that. And then I read Queenie, which again has been on my list for ages. I think it was Venetia Lamana who she recommended it ages ago. It was okay. It wasn't my favourite book. Again, it was about like a woman navigating London, navigating relationships. She's also black, so it talks about racism and like how that affects her day to day. That's kind of touched on quite a lot, which is quite good, to be fair, because I know nothing about that. I've grown up in a very predominantly white environment. Even though I've like lived in a few places, like it's really not that diverse. So it was quite interesting from that perspective. And then I read this one, which has been doing the rounds online. And to be honest, all the books that I really read that I've seen a lot of people talking about online have lived up to the hype from my point of view. Have they? Most of them have. So I read this one, and to be honest, it did. It was really good. I really liked how it was like good character depth and character development and the relationship between all the characters in the book. And it like spans quite a long period of time, which I quite like. I really enjoyed this. I finished this recently. And I have just started this one. Really good, actually. I got this for Christmas. I've seen a few things about this online. I've only literally like just started it, but so far I'm enjoying. And yeah, it's funny reading physical books because I'm used to reading it on my Kindle, which like a lot of people prefer the physical book. I can see why, but actually I think I prefer my Kindle, probably because I prefer to read in the evening, and when I'm like in my bed I can switch the light off and everything and then just read my book. And then as soon as I turn that off, I just like fall asleep. Do you know what I mean? It's quite easy. And also it's easier to read when you're lying on your pillow. That's like a really picky thing to say, but like turning the page and having to like tilt the book, whereas if you're on a Kindle, it's just right there. But I did bring my Kindle because I wanted to show you how I sort of go about my reading habits on my Kindle. I've got this A Man Called Otto on the front because I just bought this for 99p. And the reason I know that is because, well, 2 reasons really. The first being I've signed up to something called BookBubs, I think, or Book Bargains. It's basically an email newsletter, and you put in your preferences, what kind of books you like reading, and then every week they'll send you all the books that are on sale on like the Kindle store, so which is great because then you can flick through them and see if there's any that you like and add them, and then just buy them for like £1. Because like a book, that's one good thing about Kindles, is all the books are cheaper pretty much on here than they are in real life. Like this book is £10 for example, whereas this book was £1. Do you know what I mean? So I really like that. I added like all the list of books I wanted to read that was on my phone to my wish list on my Kindle, so every so often I go and see if any of them are on sale. There must be a way of like asking your Kindle to like drop you a hint if your wish list is on sale, but I haven't looked into it that much. But I just thought that was a good hack because there's quite a few books I've bought based on those bargains, which I've really enjoyed. But it does mean I now like I maybe have like 5 books that I've bought and need to read, which isn't loads compared to some people, but I've never been in like a reading debt, if that makes sense. Usually when I've finished a book, I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna read next, let's go and have a look. Whereas now I've like bought quite a few, which I guess is good. I'm prepped and I know I'll hopefully enjoy them all because they seem to be aligned with me. There's quite a few book clubs I'm part of just on Instagram with influencers posting their book clubs and their recommendations, which is quite useful. So yeah, that is my little book chat. I will let you know maybe in the next video how I found this one. But apparently the one called A Man Called or a man called Ovi, I'm not sure, is meant to be really good. According to someone on TikTok, so again, take that with a pinch of salt. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading that. I really like reading, but I am like, in a way, I'm kind of like, I can't wait to finish this book so I can start another one, which I know kind of defeats the point. There's only a select few books that I've been like, oh, I really don't want this book to end. And the only one I can think of right now is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I love that book. That's like maybe my favourite book that I've ever read. Another one that's my favourite ever is I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. I read that when I was 17 and I'm 25. So I don't know if I read it again, it would still be my favourite book, but I really like that. And I do kind of want to read it again, but I still have all these books that I want to read that I've never read, so they're the priority. But yeah, that was my little book chat, and I think I'm going to sign this video off here. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time I fancy picking up the camera again. See ya!